when I think of the teams out there that could really challenge the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's a short list. And some of them play here in Los Angeles. Should the Chargers be on that list?
I think they should absolutely be on that list. Yeah, I mean, you look at last season, I think that 7-9 record is not indicative of, what that team is comprised of. And obviously Justin Herbert had such an incredible year. It's only the upside is huge for this kid. Obviously, he's got a new coach this year. He's got a new offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi, coming over from the Saints. So that's a lot of adjustments to make. But when you look at what he did last year and the pandemic and not having that off-season program implemented last year because of COVID, all the extra work that he's going to be able to do this year to prepare, I think it's huge. And one of the knocks on him coming out of school was, he's kind of this quiet leader, but I can tell you he's got the pulse of the locker room already. And I'm sure you saw that Drew Brees was out here back over the summer during, we are in the summer, aren't we? Back in May, it was minicamp, and he was sitting through quarterbacks meetings with Justin, having conversations. Of course, you know that Drew Brees started his career with the Chargers, so he spent a few years before he went on to New Orleans. So that he's between Joe Lombardi, Drew Brees. I think he's soaking it all up, and I think he's going to be in a good position for this coming season. Definitely going to be better than 7-9 that they saw last year.
I don't know, Jamie, if you're a Ted Lasso fan, but season 2 is coming out now on Apple.
I love Ted Lasso.
And I've noticed often throughout the years, you think of like the Chappelle Show, the energy between season 1 and season 2. When you know the whole world is watching, when you know that you're a hit, what you've done has worked, and now you got to go out there and do it again, it raises the stakes. That's what we're seeing now for Justin Herbert in year 2. He's in his season 2 of his hit TV show. Now he's got to go out there and become iconic. What have you seen from him?
I like the comparison, but I don't buy into that. I don't think you think this kid's going to crumble with the pressure. Look at what he did last year. He had no idea that he was going to be starting, for the season. He came in, what was it, week 2 when Taylor got injured, which was horrible. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think there's pressure, and let's not forget that they've got Derwin James. I think that's another huge piece for the Chargers entering this season, coming back from injury. 2018 rookie, All-Pro, went to the Pro Bowl. He's missed the better part of the last 2 seasons, but if they can stay healthy, and of course Brandon Staley, defensive coordinator for the Rams last year, they had the number 1 defense last year. I think both the offense and the defense are going to be looking really good for the Chargers this year. It'll be special teams. That's the question, right?
Yeah, I mean, I also think, too, on the defensive side of the ball, you got Bosa leading the charge, but also you got Patrick Mahomes twice in the division. And, you're going to have to go out there and get one of those wins or at least show that you can hold your own with the Chiefs or some of these high-octane offenses out west. So on the defensive side of things, you feel confident that this group's ready to go for the upcoming season?
I do, especially with Staley as the new head coach and, Derwin James and Joey Bosa, like they haven't even gotten to play that much together, over the last couple of years. So I think, again, it always comes down to health, right? If you can keep the roster healthy, you know what you're dealing with. And I think that they're in a really good position. And by the way, like Mahomes and Justin Herbert, how fun is that going to be to watch in the next, 5 to 10 years?
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.